So now we're ready to make another ring, and we want to join it to this one. So since we're going to be joining to this one, we have to have this out in front. So we're going to hold on to our chain right there. And we want this ring, the new one, to look like this one. So we have to do 3 double stitches. So we'll do our 3 double stitches. 1, slide it around and on. 2, 3. Oop, and I've got a little gap in there, so we're gonna pull that gap out of there and then tighten that back up. So we're ready to do our join. So you're going to want to move your stitches towards the end of the needle. Then you're going to take the end of the needle, put it through your ring from the front. Grab hold of this thread and just bring it through. I'll show you again. You're ready to join. You go through the front of the loop, grab hold of the thread and bring it through. Now notice, you are not wrapping your thread around at all. You go through, there's no wrapping. You just bring the thread between the needle and your ring, go behind the thread with your needle, and bring it up through. And again, always use this finger as your holder. So you're putting just a little pressure between the finger and the needle. Now you're ready to do another 3 double stitches. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a picot. That'll be the one that's on the top of the ring. Bring it in. 2 more double stitches. Another picot. Draw it in, and 2 more double stitches. And we've got it. Now, have you noticed the amount of space that I have between my working hand and my thread hand? I'm not working with my stitches way up here and trying to do everything right here. Oh my God, that's so tight and uncomfortable. And it makes it really, really hard to do. I've got a nice distance. It's very relaxed. I've got my thread, my needle with the stitches halfway back or so. I'm holding on here. Have my thumb on it. I've got a nice distance, so I can just swoop in, grab the thread, pull it out, swoop in, grab the thread, pull it out. So I've got probably 4 inches right there. And it's a real comfortable, workable distance. And to go any less than that, it's real tight way to work. Okay, so I've got some extra stitches here. So if you find you've made a mistake, ripping out with needle tatting is really easy. We've got 2, 3, these 3 we don't want. So we're just going to take it to the end of the needle and just pull them right on off. Pull the rest back. You wouldn't be able to do that with a shuttle. Believe me. So we're going to close our ring. Now, this close is different than the first one. The first one you pull and it just automatically makes a ring. Remember when we did the chain, we pulled everything right straight on through? That made a chain. It did not loop around. So the secret to making your second loop and all the next loops is to put your pinky through that loop in the back. And then hold on up here and pull your needle through. Keep your pinky in there. Before this loop closes, you want to put your needle through it and then close the ring. And you'll only go so far, and you'll have to switch over to the opposite side to finish closing. Tension it however you want it to make it nice and clean, nice and neat. And then do your overhand knot. Now, each time that you do this, your work is going to turn. Going from your ring to your chain, the work turns. And that just means that you were here, now you're here. So now we're going to do a chain. It was in this position. Our chain, you can't hold it this way and do a chain. And you can't hold it this way and do a chain. Flip it over. The chain comes off the bottom. So your rings are always going to be on the top. Your needle is going to get held right here at the join between the ring and the chain. And that's where your next chain will go. So let's make the next chain. It was 4 double stitches. Once you establish your pattern, you don't want to change it unless there's a good reason for changing it. So there's 3. Consistency is very important. 4 and a picot. Bring it in, and I'll go slower. 1, second half, 2, second half, 3, second half. Okay, and that makes 4 because the base of this picot is your first stitch of this group. So we have 4 here, picot, 4 here. So we're going to hold on to it here and draw it through. Lay it down, get your little arc, get it so that they're both about the same size. This one's a little bit smaller, so we want to make it a little bit bigger. Not a lot, just a little bit. Then we're going to do our overhand knot. Now notice you have to flip it over in order to get your knot to be a knot.